Goes short to Inman. Here's Kennedy now. Facing the wrong way. Long ball over the top looking for Cunnington, but it's headed clear, but only as far as O'Hara, who goes out wide with a poor pass. And now Harvey's in behind, and he's going to shoot. It's off the crossbar. He's missed an open goal. Oh, wow. What's going on, guys? My name's Batinio and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 and episode 2 of my Billericay Rising series. And today is the day. The season is finally getting kicked off. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the transfers that we've made. We've made quite a few transfers, brought a few players in. We're also going to be taking a look at how we got on in our pre-season fixtures briefly. We've got a little bit of team news, and then we're going to jump straight into it with our first game of the season against Truro City. So yeah, got quite a packed episode to come. So let's jump straight into it. We'll kick off by doing the fun stuff. We're going to take a look at our transfers. So guys, on to transfers, and quite a bit of business done this term, but a good portion of it was done before we even started the games. So guys like Potter, Emmanuel, Coons, Kennedy and so on and so forth were already in the game when we kicked things off, but we're going to focus on the transfers that I've made so far. So we'll start off with George Brady, 21-year-old centre-back. We needed a centre-back. We had a distinct lack of them behind Inman and Poe. So I think he's a decent player. He's got plenty of room for improvement. He's 21, so there is time for him to improve. Good leadership, good teamwork, work rate, positioning and marking could use a bit of work on it, but he's got okay pace as well. So I think he could be a good option going forward, and he'll play primarily as a backup at the moment, but you never know, if injuries or suspensions start to take a toll on us, then he will get some game time with us. Next up, we have Liam Wakefield, a 24-year-old centre back, but he can play right back as well. Now, I did originally bring him to play a right back, but I think he works better as a centre back overall. So that's where I'm going to play him. Good physicals across the board, decent heading, marking, tackling, positioning could use a bit of work, but he's got good determination as well. So I think he's a very good option for this level. How much he's going to improve, I'm not sure, but at the moment he is a definite starter either at centre back or at right back. Next up, we've got Alex Smith. Now, I did sign Alex Smith when I did Billericay Rising in FM 2018, and just purely because there was a distinct lack of options for a backup left back. We only had one, Callum Kennedy, and we needed another one. So I brought this guy in. He can also play centre midfield. Not brilliant across the board, but I think he's a very decent backup option, and again, he can play also backup to the central midfielders as well. Next up, we have Josh Williams, a 20-year-old centre-back. Quite a few centre-backs we purchased here. Again, another one more with a knife to the future. Good marking and tackling, decent positioning, pace, natural fitness. Plenty of areas for him to work on. So he'll primarily be in the under-23s. He's not the biggest lad either, at 5'11", but again, plenty of time for him to improve and show what he's worth. The next one we've got is Jordan Allen, a 19-year-old Scottish striker. Brought him in because he's got decent pace, finishing, heading, off the ball movement. Not the biggest lad at 5'9", but at 19 he's still got plenty of time to improve, and I'm sure he will. So he could also play a part this season, depending on how injuries and suspensions get at us further down the line. And next up, we have another young lad, 16-year-old Andrew Freeman, with the worst eyebrows I've ever seen. Primarily playing as a left midfielder, but I am retraining him to play in that attacking left midfielder role. Brilliant crosser of the ball, decent free kick taker, great determination as well, which is definitely going to help him reach his potential. And I think he could be a very good player for us further down the line, but for the moment, he's going to be playing in the under-23s. The next one we have is Brad Watkins. We needed a goalkeeper with Alan Julian injured and Lewis Wells not really being all that good. We had to go and find the goalkeeper, and this was the best of the bunch. Really good on the aerial reach, command of the area, communication as well. Decent handling, passing, reflexes, rushing out as well. Still plenty of areas for him to work on. Normally being 23, wouldn't have a whole lot of time to improve, but goalkeepers generally peak a lot later than outfield players, so I'm confident he can improve and probably be on number one for quite some time. The next one we have is Emerson Sambu, a 19-year-old defensive midfielder, but he can also play right back, and that's where I'm retraining him to play, because I think he'd be a very good right back. He's got a good amount of pace, decent tackling, positioning's okay, decent passing, crossing, dribbling, and so on and so forth. So in those areas, he's got plenty of time to improve. He's only 19, so there's still time, but I think he could be a very good right back for us. And again, bit of a jack of all trades. If we're running low or we're suffering with injuries or suspensions, then I could put him in the centre of midfield and he could do a job for us there potentially. The next up is a big signing, Leon Best, a name that might be familiar to a few of you. Played for various clubs such as Blackburn and Newcastle, primarily as a target man. Got him for an absolute snip at £500 a week, as you can see here, but good in all areas. I think he could also play in other roles, but the target man is his best role. 6'1", good header, good finisher, dribbling, first touch, decent penalty taker, and technique as well. So I think this is going to be one of the main men for us this season. Next up, we've got Harry Philby, another young centre back. Didn't bring him with a view to bringing him into the first team, but he's got okay stats to start with. The determination of 1 is a little bit worrying, but I'm probably going to have him hopefully mentored by a defender with a lot of determination, because I remember in the last one it sort of rubbed off on younger players and they get a bit more determined. So definitely one for the future, and he'll be playing in the under 23s. Next lad, we've got Jack Buchanan, another 18-year-old, this time a centre midfielder or a defensive midfielder. Again, more with an eye to the future for this one. Still got plenty of areas where he can improve. Determination isn't great, but he's got decent fitness and stamina, good tackle of the ball, decent passing for this age and at this particular level, and good decision making as well. So we'll see what we can get out of him. And then we've got another young lad. Most of them are young players, actually. Defensive midfielder Stefan Broccoli. More with a view to playing him as a backup to the first team. Can play a central midfielder attacking role. Decent pace, but acceleration, but the rest of the physicals are nothing to really write home about. Good first touch, good passing, vision, work rate, decisions, and so on. So yeah, again, it's just more to see where I can get him and what he can do for us. £250 a week, it's just sort of a drop in the barrel considering our finances. So we'll see what we can get out of him. And as I said, he'll be playing in the as a backup to the main centre midfielders. And the last signing we have is Jason Akioto, sorry. 20-year-old left back. Again, there wasn't many left backs out there. This was this guy and Alex Smith were the best of a very limited bunch that were available to me. 20 years of age, so again, more with an eye to the future for this one. But I'd be somewhat confident in putting him into the first team if injuries and suspensions dictated we had to. But yeah, so there are our signings, all of them free transfers. Didn't pay any fees for any of them, and the only things I'm paying out is wages and small signing on fees. The other transfers that we've had were on the staff front, because we needed some more staff. So the one departure was Kevin Head, a physio with 7 physiotherapy, so we had to address that, and we did. Nathan Wharton, 17 physiotherapy, 37 years of age, so he'll be our main physio, and he'll be backed up by Faith Fisher Attack. Again, 13 physiotherapy, but she's 31, so hopefully she will improve and get better at that, and maybe go on some courses. I don't know if courses are available for physios, but hopefully they are. Then we've got a scout, G. Evans. We didn't have any scouts, so this was the best of what was a pretty limited bunch, a pretty bad bunch, to be honest with you. Not many great options out there, but good adaptability, a good judging of player ability and potential as well, so I think he could be good for us. Next up, we've got Ryan Barrow, goalkeeping coach. Again, not many options out there for brilliant, outstanding goalkeeping coaches, but we needed one. We didn't have one on the books when we started, so this is a good option. Good in most areas, but still 30 years of age, so hopefully time to improve and maybe put him on some coaching courses as time goes on. The next one we have is Jason Fowler, an under-18s coach. Now, originally when I was going to sign him and go through the negotiations, I wanted him as a first-team coach, but I must have just missed him changing the contract from being a first-team coach to an under-18s coach. And it's a little bit perplexing that he wants to work as an under-18s coach when he's only got 8 working with youngsters. So I couldn't change the contract after it had been signed, so I think at the end of the season I'll be moving him up to work with the first team, but decent option for the under-18s at the moment. Then we've got Chris Devine, Chief Data Analyst. Very good all-round for this level, I'd say. 14, and 13 in terms of the stats for judging player, data and presenting data and all that malarkey. So that was a good option for us. Then we've got Lee Albrighton, Head of Youth Development. So good working with youngsters. The judging of player ability and potential isn't great, but again, not many great options out there, and this was the best of the lot. And lastly, we've got Bill Dodd, under 23s manager. We needed one. We probably could do with an under 18s manager, and I'm looking to address that as time goes on. But yeah, decent option. 15 working with youngsters, which really doesn't factor in, but okay man management and motivating, judgment of player ability and potential, and I think that bottom one is tactical know-how or something along those lines. So decent option for this level, I'd say. And 34, still time to improve, and you never know where it could lead. But yeah, so there are the transfers overall. So what we're going to do now, though, is we're going to take a quick look to see how we got on in pre-season. So, here are our pre-season fixtures with Boreham Wood, Sittingbourne, Evesham, Malden and Tiptree and Great Wakering. We'll kick off with the first one. So we played Boreham Wood. We played okay. We went behind after about half an hour. We pulled one back to Leon Best, and then Potter got one. And then they had a man sent off and got an equaliser, which was disappointing. But overall, I think it was a pretty good performance there for a first outing. Then we faced Sittingbourne, ran out 4-2 winners. We were very much in control for the most part, and then they got a penalty with a couple of minutes to go, and then they got one in injury time as well. So little bit annoyed, but again, you know, we've conceded late on like we did against Boreham Wood, which is a little bit worrying at times that the concentration can dip. We then moved on to Evesham, where we ran out 5-1 winners. Sambu, Cunnington, Connell Hunt and Coombs all getting on the score sheet there. Tyler Tuck and Tyrone got an equaliser early one after Sambu opened the scoring, but again, another good run out for us. Then we faced Malden and Tiptree, ran out 3-1 winners. Again, a late goal kind of bit us at the end there from Lee Robbins, but before that we were pretty much in control. Goals through Sam Deering and Connor Hunt, and then after Robbins got his goal, Lafayette rounded it off and got himself on the score sheet as well. And then we finished things off with a 4-1 win away to Great Wakering, our affiliate club. Goals from Lafayette, Coombs and Modeste, and McCammon got one as well for Great Wakering. But overall, pretty good pre-season. I did cancel the Southampton under-23s friendly purely because Malden and Tiptree was added to the friendlies list, and it was a much better. It worked out a lot better this way, so pretty happy with that. But yeah, so that was our pre-season. Not bad all in all. No defeats and 4 wins from 5 games. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to take a quick look at some team news. So, not a whole lot to get through. Not really much has been happening, and there's been no updates with regards to injuries. So, I just wanted to kind of point out the odds here. So, we've been made 1 to 5 favourites to win the league, and then we've got Torquay, Dulwich Hamlet, Concord Rangers, Chelmsford, Bath City, Bath City. They're all evens. You've got Welling, Woking, Dartford, Wellston. They're all in there as well with a shout at the playoffs potentially. So, hopefully, if we can do what the odds say we're going to do, then we can break away sort of early and just make this league our own and just have a nice, easy and relatively calm run to the National League and promotion. So, yeah, there are the odds. We've also got, for some reason, the Media Dream Team, even though we haven't kicked the ball yet. We've got 5 players in there: Watkins, Wakefield, Kennedy, O'Hara and Best. Got some other ones in there. Ethete, I think that's how you pronounce it. Parkinson, Not, Weltdale, Cox, Brunt. Not is someone actually who FM Bernie, who's doing a Billericay save on Twitch, recommended because he bought him there, but I just didn't have the money to buy him. Might be an option going forward next season perhaps, but as things stand, I'm relatively happy. But yeah, hopefully we can fill that out a little bit more as the season progresses. So, that's pretty much everything on the team news front. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take a look at our opponents, and we're going to get the first game of the season against Truro City underway. Okay then, so here are our opponents for today. Truro City, founded in 1818, semi-professional and, okay reputation and stuff like that, local reputation, sorry. Looking at the key staff, you've got the manager, Lee Robinson. This will be his first game in charge. Not brilliant, I think you'll all agree there, but, that's not for me to say. The captain is Jamie Richards, a 24-year-old centre-back. Can't really take much away from the stats here because we haven't got him scouted or anything like that. But yeah, he's the captain. You've got Ben Harding as the vice captain. Again, can't really take much away. Looks like he's a decent free kick and corner taker as well, so we might have to be wary of that. But he's the backup captain. And their key player is Tyler Harvey, 23-year-old attacking midfielder or striker. He can play either role. And again, can't take much away from the stats, but he's got a decent penalty taker, good technique, vision, teamwork, and so on and so forth. So we'll have to keep an eye out for him. And in terms of their recent results, they kicked things off with a 2-1 win over Whitehawk. They then lost 3-0 to Banbury United. Then they ran out 4-1 winners against Cambrian and Clydac Vale Boys and Girls Club. Jesus, that's a long name. Yeah, they won 4-1 there. Then they beat Slimbridge by 1-0, and they rounded off their pre-season against you bloody Welsh. A Welsh team, I'm assuming. Are they in Wales? Let's just take a look. Let's just have a peeky poo. Yeah, will it tell us if they're in Wales or not? I'm assuming they are. Yep, there they are in Wales. They're in the Mid Wales League One. So there we go. And they ran out 4-2 winners there. So, yeah, there are our opponents for today, Truro City. So what we're going to do, though, is we are going to jump across to the game and get the first game of the season kicked off. We'll take a look at the team sheets, and then I think we'll be ready to rock and roll. So, yeah, let's head over there now and get this started. Okay then guys, so here we are just ahead of kickoff, and we're going to take a look at the teams, and we'll start off with the home side. So they've got Tim West in goal, Regen making his debut, Bignot, Paul Bignot starting at right back. Then we've got Holsworth, Richards, Riley Rowe, we've got Thompson at right midfield, Jordan Kopp at left midfield, we've got Harding and Smallcombe in the middle. Smallcombe has a little red tick there, but he's making his debut. And then we've got the lad we highlighted, Tyler Harvey, starting up top alongside Lewis Rooney. For ourselves, I've gone with a what is basically a 4-2-4 kind of, or a 4-2-2-2 formation, a 4-2-4 wide basically. So Watkins starts in goal. We've got Sambu at right back, Wakefield and Inman starting the centre of defence with Callum Kennedy at left back. Then we've got Waldron taking the captain's armband and starting in the centre midfield alongside Jamie O'Hara. Then we've got Sam Deering playing at right on the right wing, Connor Hunt playing on the left wing, and Adam Cunnington and Adam Coombs starting up top there. In terms of the bench, we've got Wells, Brady, Howes, Broccoli and Lafayette all there as well. And for the home side, they've got Williams, Omolokan or whatever, Palmer, Akpobria, Bayer, whatever, and Keats on the bench. So there we go. God, it makes me sound so stupid, some of these names. So let's see what we can do here. So, it's all over to you now. I don't like that one. That's passionate. Play your own game, will win. Not brilliant. Okay. So we'll just give the defence, be a bit assertive. There we go. That's what I like. I'll be passionate with the midfield, and with the attack, we'll be calm. We'll be calm with the midfield there. So yeah, there we go. Not a sea of green, but that'll do, I guess. So yeah, about ready for kickoff. So let's get things kicked off. Truro City versus Billericay Town, first game of the season. Okay then, so here we are, just about ready. Decent looking ground, and it's Truro City to get us kicked off here. Probably nothing opening highlights, or at least I hope it is, unless it's a goal for us. Nope, it's stopped there. That's good. Okay then, first proper highlight of the game with nearly 5 minutes gone, and it's Truro City who are on the attack there, but Hunt cuts it out. Here's Cunnington with the ball over the top for Coombs. He's got a bit of space. Coombs, goal, get in! 5 minutes gone. Adam Coombs had a very, very good pre-season, and he's carrying that on now, so good goal for him. So it's a pass. Connor Hunt read it well, and then Cunnington just gets the ball down, lofts it over the top. Coombs, good amount of pace on him. Good first touch, gets it out of his feet. And then the keeper just, what am I doing? A good finish there. Truro City 0, Billericay Town 1. So we've got a corner now with 6 minutes gone. O'Hara whips it into the centre and doesn't find anybody. It bounces out, but Coombs brings it back. Here's Hunt now. He's got Coombs back out in support. There's a cross in. No one's there at the back post. Waldron to Deering. Cunnington. Oh, the shot's blocked and it's cleared away. That Truro goal living a charmed life at the moment. So another highlight with quarter of an hour gone. Sambu throws it into O'Hara and gets it back. He's going to have a look down the inside for Deering. Here's Waldron in the centre. Cunnington with a decent turn. Cunnington hits the post and it's cleared by Richards and it's going to be a corner. That second goal is coming. It's definitely coming. And oh look, there's a giant football up there. Nice. O'Hara with the corner in. Goes to the near post for Inman. It's an okay header, but West makes simple work of it. Well, Connor Hunt's picked up an injury. Not quite sure what it is. Don't think it'll tell us. But yeah, that puts us not necessarily a little bit of a bind, but it's going to make things a little bit more difficult going forward. So Jake Howells is going to come on and play in that winger role. Not completely comfortable there, but he had okay games in pre-season, so that's the sub there. So I'm just going to give him just a little bit of a pep talk before he goes on there. And we've got another highlight. So West with a goal kick forward, and it's nodded on. Sambu clears it to O'Hara. There's a good ball over the top looking for Coombs. He's got a bit of support in the centre. Can he find it? No, he can't first time, but the second time he does. And a completely unmarked Adam Cunnington bags his first goal of the season. Shot at the near post. So Sambu cuts that out there. O'Hara with the ball over the top looking for Coombs. Finds him. Drives into the area. Had a bit of support. His first shot or cross was blocked. I think maybe it took a little bit of a deflection off the defender, but Cunnington completely unmarked, and it's 2-0 to Billericay Town. So another highlight now with 5 minutes of half left. Inman throws it towards, not quite sure who that was, but Sambu picks up the loose ball. It goes back to O'Hara. Someone going to have a shot. O'Hara is, and West makes the save there. So that third goal still very much in the offing from the looks of it. As West goes long upfield looking for Harvey. He finds him. Here's Rooney now. Going out wide to Kopp. What can they do from here? He's got a bit of support from Riley Lowe. But he's crowded out. He's got two there watching him. Here's Harding now. Let's hope he can get to the end of the half with a clean sheet potentially. And Kennedy cuts that out well. Here's Cunnington with a ball over the top for Coombs. He's got plenty of space. Can he finish it? No, he can't. He's got his slippers on apparently. Okay, so another highlight now. Cross from Rooney, but it's blocked by Kennedy, and now we're again away on the counter attack. Cunnington finds a lovely ball over the top for Coombs. Can he finish it this time? Oh no, it's a good save from West, and Holes was shut by Waldron, but that's the end of that. And there's half time, guys. So pretty good half all in all, barring the injury to Connor Hunt. Goals from Coombs and Cunnington, so my decisions to go with those two up top seems to be paying off. Completely in control, 63% of the possession. They haven't had a shot on at all, let alone one on target. We've had 12 shots on goal, 8 of them on target. So yeah, things are going pretty good at the moment. So in terms of the team talk, I'm just gonna tell them I'm pleased. Just passionately tell them, I'm pleased with how it's going. Keep it going. We've got a C and green there, which is always good to see. I don't think I need to do anything else on that front. I do have to keep an eye on some of the players. O'Hara potentially could be one I might need to bring off and so on. But yeah, I mean, don't need to change anything. It's all going well at the moment. So let's just get the second half kicked off. And it's ourselves to kick things off. Possibly a nothing opening highlight to get the second half underway. But here's Waldron now. Finds a lovely ball through to Howells. He's got a cross in and it's cleared by Riley Lowe. And that was a close one again. Another highlight now. Still on the 45th minute. Here's Cunnington to Howells. O'Hara's got a bit of space. Can he open up for a shot here? No, it's a good tackle by Holdsworth. And now Truro City have got the chance to break. But it was a poor ball over the top. And Watkins is going to make simple work of it. Goes short to Inman. Here's Kennedy now. Facing the wrong way. A long ball over the top looking for Cunnington, but it's headed clear, but only as far as O'Hara, who goes out wide with a poor pass. And now Harvey's in behind, and he's going to shoot. It's off the crossbar. He's missed an open goal. Oh, wow. Well, that was, I don't know if that was lucky or what, but it's still 0-0. We've got still 2-0, and we've got a clean sheet intact, and there's a ball over the top, but Holdsworth is going to make simple work of that. It's cleared. out to the Truro left-hand side to Cobb. He's going to have a chance to run at the defence now. He's gone down the byline to Harvey, who's shadowed by, I'm not quite sure who it was, but here's Harvey again with a shot, and it's closer this time, but still no cigar for him. And it's another instant highlight. Watkins goes wide to Sambu and goes to Deering, who I've opted to play on the right-hand side. Inside to O'Hara now, who can push forward. Has he got options? He does. He looks over the top for Cunnington, but it's cleared. Here's Waldron now to Cunnington again. It's a good tackle, but it's all calamity. Absolute calamity. And it falls kindly to Coombs to bag his second goal of the season and of the game there. So, yeah, let's just dissect this one for a second. So, ball over the top is cleared by Holsworth. Howes picks it up, goes inside to Waldron. And then Cunnington picks it up. It's a good tackle by Big Dot. Then he clears it off Cunnington, and it drops right to Coombs, who's alert to it. And keeper is pretty much all at sea. Truro 0, Billericay 3. Okay, so I'm going to make some changes now. Not a whole lot that we can do, purely because we've only got 5 subs to choose from, and we've already used one of them to bring Connor Hunt off with an injury. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to bring Brockley on for O'Hara, and I'm going to play him in that centre midfield role. I think I'll play him in attack for the time being, and I'll move. Don't know why he was there. I'll play him in the ball-winning midfielder role in the defend duty. So might make another change, but the prime candidate would be Emerson Sambu, who's looking a little bit tired, but we don't have a right back on. Or I could push. I'll do that actually. I'll bring Sambu off, and I'll push Wakefield out wide into the wing back role, and George Brady will come on for his debut, and he will play central defender in the defend duty. So that's all of our subs. We've got about 20 minutes left to go. So let's see what this does. So another highlight now. It's Deering with the corner. He goes to the edge of the box to Waldron, who's pick it out, son. Take a bow, son, because that's genius. Very good goal. Danny Waldron, he was banging him in left, right and centre in my FM18 save. But Deering spots Waldron completely unmarked on the edge of the box, gets it down, he just hammers it. Keeper just doesn't even know where he is. I've large pepperoni. Huh? I play football. 4-0. And it's another corner now. Is Deering going towards the near post. Brady, was a good save from West. Very close there, and Brockley's going to pick it up. He goes inside to Waldron, who bit of a don't know what was going on there. But here's Deering now to Brockley with a shot, bit of a daisy cutter, and West makes simple work of it in the end there. So another highlight with about 5 minutes left to go. Long ball up the left-hand side, looking for one of the Truro players, the sub Akpobaya. Oh, it's a poor bit of defending there. Oh, we just get away with it. It's a corner. It was a good block by Inman, but George Brady got caught with his pants around his ankles there. It's going to be a corner, so Kopp to whip it in. Goes towards the back post, finds Richards, and it's come off the crossbar, and it's cleared away by Waldron, and it's going to be a throw-in. Ooh, we've lived a bit of a charm life back there. So final highlight, Kopp with the corner. He's going to whip it in towards the near post. It's cleared away, but only as far as Harvey, and that's it. First game of the season out the way. 4-0 winners. Very, very good game there. It could have been a lot different. If that goal had gone in at the start of the first half, it could have been a little bit different. It may have changed the flow of things, but overall, I think it's a very, very good performance. You can see 57% of possession, 19 shots, 13 on target, so very good at converting those. Made the keeper work a little bit. No yellow cards to speak of. They came into it a lot more in the second half, as you can see. 10 shots, 2 of them on target, but either way, very, very good. Adam Cunnington, man of the match. He's got a goal and an assist there for his trouble. I think Coombs, he got 2 goals and an assist, so I think Coombs probably would have been the better option for that one there. But yeah, let's go to the dressing room, talk to the lads. So, fantastic results. We're just going to say passionately, very pleased with the result and the performance, and I'm going to pick out a few players for praise there and praise them like I should, as G says. Who else did a good game? Yep, Danny Waldron, Sam Deering, they both had very good games as well, so I'm going to just say passionately, performance was very, very good, because it was. And there we go. So, brilliant win. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take a look to see what we're going to be coming back to in episode 3. So yeah, at the moment we're sitting top in the Vanarama League, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. So let's jump over to that. So there we are at the top of the league after our first game of the season. Of course, means nothing at this point, but overall, very, very good way to start this save off and to get things kicked off as well. In terms of what we're going to be coming back to, schedule-wise, I'm tempted by Weston-super-Mare. Concord Rangers is a big game because they're one of the favourites for promotion, but I think it just comes a bit too soon. And the other ones, Wealdstone and Welling. Not huge games, but I think I'm going to come back for Weston-super-Mare for our first live home game of the season. So that's what we're going to be coming back to. But the next episode we will have highlights from our games against Concord Rangers, Wealdstone and their Wealdstone Raider, and Welling United, and then we'll have Weston-super-Mare as our live game. But yeah, guys, so that's the end of today's episode. Take a look at the news. Oh, Connor Hunt, what happened to him? Pulled hamstring. 2 to 3 weeks. Crap. Okay. Well, yeah, so like I said, guys, that is the end of today's episode. So thank you, everybody, so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, you would like to see more Football Manager 2019 or just general content from myself, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, be sure to ring that bell for notifications as well. It's always appreciated. Also, let me know in the comments, guys. How's your save going? Have you gone for lower leagues? Have you gone for one of the upper tier teams? How are you doing? Where are you? What's happening? Let me know in the comments, guys. Always happy to hear from you. But once again, thank you everybody so much for watching. Stay cool, and as always, I will catch you in the next video. Peace.